You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. So I don't love lists. A list is just really someone's opinion, and I really don't particularly care. It can be a jumping off point for a conversation. So I don't really care that Adam Rittenberg of ESPN put together a list of the top returning quarterbacks in college football. And Adam's a guest of the show, and I think he does great work. But his list has as much validity as mine or Paul's or Muse's or yours, or it just doesn't really matter. But in this piece where Rittenberg ranked the returning quarterbacks for next year, he also included quotes of anonymous coaches. Now that I'm very interested in, because when you give a coach the cloak and veil of anonymity, then you start to get real honesty. What does a coach really think about a player? Well, let him answer that question anonymously and you'll get a real answer. So, by the way, Rittenberg has Garrett Nussmeier ranked as the third best quarterback in the country returning. Only Drew Aller from Penn State and Cade Klubnik, who LSU will play week 1, are higher. So we got Nuss 3. So all the stuff, right? His stats, why he's ranked where he is, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, now what they're saying is the part that I'm interested in. So here's what these anonymous coaches are saying about Garrett Nussmeier. An SEC coach called Nussmeier, quote, an elite player, adding that he's probably the conference's best returning quarterback. Another SEC coach noted Nussmeier's passing yards total and said, quote, he's going to cause a lot of problems for teams, end quote. An SEC defensive coordinator said, quote, this is the part that I really want to focus on. He has really good pocket awareness. I wouldn't say he's an athlete in the pocket, but we thought he had good enough movement to extend the play to get it downfield. We thought his strength was his decision-making. How about that? We thought his strength was his decision-making. If you poll LSU fans, people who watch Nuss and have, what's the biggest criticism? Sometimes it's his decision-making. He's careless with the football. So what I wanted to see was like, does our perception of Nuss, the gunslinger, takes too many risks, does that map to reality, or does what this SEC defensive coordinator said actually map more to reality? Good movement to extend the play to get it downfield. We thought his strength was his decision-making. Well, Joe Sloan met with reporters a week ago after one of the spring practices and had this to say about what he's expecting here from Garrett Nussmeier going into year 2 as a starter.
Garrett was prepared to play, but then there are certain things that he needed to go through that you can only get preparation by playing. You can only get the experience by playing. This offseason has been able to be a little bit different because now he's going back, and when he's studying, he's not just studying his practice tape or maybe our tape and what could happen. He's looking at specifically some stuff that he needs to improve on. And I think he's been really intentional, whether it be something technical with a throw, whether it be the understanding of a defense, whether it be how we're playing, whether it be our footwork, all different kinds of things. And being able to really be intentional, take control of that, and make those corrections. And the big thing now is taking that to practice. And really, a lot of it he's been doing a great job with that. I couldn't be more proud of him.
Okay. The beginning of that, where he said the biggest difference now is some of the things you can only learn through experience, from going through it. Well, now Garrett's been on the road at Columbia, South Carolina, down in the second half and having to rally. He's been on the road in College Station, up 2 touchdowns, rolling to his left, throwing back across the field, and throwing a pick that allowed A&M to get back in the game. He's been in all those situations now. He's been down at home against Ole Miss, facing a 4th down to keep the game going, and throwing a touchdown down the seam to Aaron Anderson, then winning in overtime. All of that are circumstances, some good and some bad, that he's now experienced. So now how do you stack on top of it? So I thought this was so interesting because of the quote the SEC coordinator had about his decision-making. We thought his strength was his decision making. Okay. I look at that and I go, that's in the face of pressure. It's easy to make a decision when you got a clean pocket and there's an open receiver. I'm standing upright, there's a receiver open throwing the ball. Be accurate. What about when you're being pressured? Okay. This is all from PFF. And this is data, okay? So this isn't a subjective PFF grade, right? This is actual charted data. Garrett was pressured 153 times this year. So 153 pressures in 13 games. 16 times he threw the ball away. 15 times he was sacked. 12 times he scrambled. And then they chart something called a turnover-worthy play. How many plays were turnover-worthy? Like you made a bad decision. There were 18 turnover-worthy plays. As a percentage, that's 3.1%. So remember that, okay? Garrett being pressured 153 times, 3.1% of his decisions were turnover-worthy. It's pretty good. It means 97% of the time he did the right thing, which kind of maps to what that defense coordinator said. So I said, I wonder what Joe Burrow did. Right? I mean, if you're going to compare something, let's compare it against the standard. Okay. In 2019, Burrow was pressured 188 times. Now, he did play in 15 games. He threw it away 9 times. Nuss threw it away 16. Okay? So, but you want to talk about taking risks. With 35 more pressures, Burrow threw it away about half as many times as Nuss did. Burrow took 36 sacks, Nussmeier only 15, meaning Nuss got rid of the football. Burrow scrambled 47 times, Nuss just 12, so that's a big difference there as well. Joe used his legs. But this was interesting. Turnover-worthy plays, Burrow had 11. That was 1.7%. On 188 pressures, Burrow was, quote-unquote, careless with the football only 11 times. If you go to 2018, that number was 4%. Remember, Nuss was 3.1. So Burrow 2018, Garrett in 2024, under pressure, was better than Joe Burrow in 2018. So it's plausible, taking what Joe Sloan said, he's got all this experience now to learn from, that he'll be better in 2025, right? I mean, that is a rational thing to assume. I'm not telling you he's going to go throw for 5,000 yards and have the greatest season ever like Joe Burrow did. But he's already, in his first season as a starter, Nussmeier, better than Burrow was in 2018 in those, threw for more yards, more touchdowns, better under pressure, all those things. How much closer can he get to Burrow in the 2019 version of Burrow? Not saying he's going to be Burrow. Please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying Garrett's going to win a Heisman, throw for 5,000 yards and 60 touchdowns. But I don't think you need to. But can you be better in 25 than you were in 24? If that's the case, then LSU should be a playoff team. You don't take my word for it. This is an SEC defensive coordinator telling you his strength was his decision-making. And the numbers kind of map to that. Better than Joe Burrow was in 2018. How much closer can he get to the 2019 version of Burrow? Be a big, big part of LSU trying to move toward a playoff appearance in 2025. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.